You're a teacher of self-acceptance.
Yeah. This is what we're doing. Because we're looking at all the causes of non-acceptance and how a lot of them are completely irrational.
What were you going to say, Catherine?
I was going to say, it reminds me of when I used to go and visit my son, which was quite a long haul flight. I'm not a good flyer, it's not that I'm scared of the aircraft, it's just I'm not in control. And my son used to say to me, now Mom, on you go, and you've got to hand it to the pilot. Which is very much like happens in life.
Yes.
You know? You always think you want to control everything,
Yes,
but you can't always.
No.
yes, it's very true.
Sometimes you just got to hand it over to
Someone else.
whatever,
Mm.
whoever.
Flying is actually a very interesting study, isn't it?
Mm.
Mm.
Because you really have to give up any possibility of control.
Absolutely.
It's the stuff before the flying that I find.
Well, you have to give up who you're going to control. I mean, other than if you're traveling with somebody, who you're going to sit next to,
That's right.
who's going to fly the plane,
Yeah.
what you're going to eat.
What you're going to eat?
It's probably one of the areas where we just really don't have too much control.
No.
Yeah, it's a good exercise. And
Yes.
do we have to control?
You do have to,
everybody
and you have to
everything?
accept what's
Mm.
there.
Yeah. Very good.
It's an exercise of 12 hours of acceptance. Isn't it?
It is right.
Get on. You've got to accept what's there.
So thoughts appear
Voluntary.
involuntarily. We engage them.
Either acknowledge them.
Preference or
Compulsive.
Mm.
Our engaging is compulsive, yes? And could lead to acting out. We've got that here. Do you have a choice about engaging the thoughts or not?
Yeah, we have a choice.
How often do you exercise that choice?
Not often enough.
So, if I were to insult you right now, really, really insult you, how would it be?
Yeah, I don't think I would deal with it very well.
Can you see why?
I guess it's the need to be accepted and liked.
But you would identify with the insult, wouldn't you?
Yes.
If you
React.
didn't, it wouldn't
Yes.
affect you.
It has to be a reaction, doesn't it?
So what would you do? You just
Well-
stare down the person that's insulted you?
No, you
You're
wouldn't even
not
bother.
affected.
I often quote the example of one of the lamas I was studying with, and one of the other students got angry with him. I can't remember what the occasion was, and was really insulting to him. You know, in a very crude, gross way. And when this guy had finished, the lama just laughed and said, "You can't insult me." And you could see it just hadn't affected him in the slightest. Can't insult me.
Oh, if only I could have that kind of balance in my life, that I could do that. I would just get up and walk out, but I'd have a ball outside.
But can't you see how what we're doing leads to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It enables you to
That's
understand why all these things are problematic and how they don't have to be. No, people can insult us. They can deride us.
Yeah. You
It's
have to
their
accept
problem.
it.
It's their business. We don't have to pick it up. But we can only do that if we've thoroughly understood thoughts and feelings are involuntary. Engaging is compulsive, and we can change compulsion. Can change the compulsion.
It's changing compulsion. It's quite tricky, I think.
Yes, it's, that's where the actual training comes in.
Long way to go.
There are actually some courses where you have a group and then each person in turn gets insulted
Well,
to see, you know, how they can understand and let go of it.
So I mean, somebody insults you, they hurt your feelings. Okay, so I get that the feelings aren't, they're just a thought.
Mm.
But then you do a little analysis and you go, oh yes, they might be right. That's what hurts, isn't it? It's the
Why do they perceive me like that?
yes.
Maybe I need to look at myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then you've got to stand back and say, well, look, maybe this is the lesson I'm meant to learn or something, or so that you don't take it to heart.
Yeah, or you could just stand back and say, well, does it really matter?
That's a big thing.
Because I was the way I am before the insult, and I felt quite happy then. Why should it change?
Why do I have to like other people? Whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe some people are too
Please.
thick to know that they really should change.
It's
They're
just a
not
case of,
wise enough to say, well, actually, was it justifiable
yeah, but is
comment?
Excuse me.
it going to make any difference? If you already knew that about yourself,
Maybe you don't recognise it about yourself, though. Maybe
that would probably be upsetting if you hadn't recognised it, because that would mean you're in denial. If you were not in denial, you would have recognised it. And being in denial is asking for trouble.
Does compulsive thinking, does it lead to compulsive obsessive behavior? Is it a thought? Is that all thought?
Yes,
So is that when it's gone a bit
Goes too
further
far.
and it starts
that's its final
obsessive,
manifestation,
whatever?
Yeah.
It is.
obsessive behaviour. Yes, compulsion is where you've identified with the thought, therefore you've made its content yours. So if the thought was about a negative thing, like you're an idiot, I identify with it and now I feel I'm an idiot. And then I've got to prove that I'm not an idiot or whatever it is.
And you have to do that.
That
You
would be
let
the
it go.
compulsion, wouldn't it?
To prove that you're not an
Yes.
idiot.
Yes.
Whoever's called you an idiot.
Mm.
I sometimes have, or I have a little thing in life that if people, sometimes they say, you know, they've got annoyed with you, with whatever you've said or you've done, and they're kind of now, they're never going to speak to you again or whatever. I did have that situation in golf one day. And then eventually I just look at it and I say, well, if that person died tomorrow and I never saw them again, would it actually worry me? And I say, no. So if they think I'm an idiot and I don't think I'm an idiot, if they died tomorrow, it wouldn't have relevance in my life anymore. So
Excellent way of treating it.
just try and move away from it.
Yeah.
But it still bothers you if they
No, it
called you
doesn't.
an idiot, doesn't it?
No, not if I know I'm not. I mean, if they called me something else and I thought, well, maybe I am that, then maybe I would look at it. But I would still say, well, if I never saw them again, it wouldn't have relevance. It really wouldn't have relevance because they're the ones who think that about you. So,
There's this thing of self-image, isn't there? Because
Yeah.
we want a good self-image.
Mm.
Yes,
So if somebody insults you or hurts you,
it's upsetting.
then you do everything in your power to justify your actions or what you said or whatever.
To re-establish your self-image.
Yes, and possibly to prove that they are wrong.
Mm.
So it becomes a conflict.
But it's still, do you see that it's still posited on the feeling that a thought is a thing, has some substance. My self-image actually has no substance.
it's a thought.
Yes, it's a thought. Therefore, if you come up with a different thought about my self-image, that's fine. It's your thought, not mine. And my self-image was never a real thing anyway. Wasn't a tangible substance. It's just a changing, fleeting idea. Over and over again we can do this. We can go back to checking, does it have substance? Or is it just a thought or an emotion? Does it have substance? And then what you'll see is 99%, if not more, of what you go through in your life is due to the fact that you attribute substance to thoughts and emotions.
Mm.
Mm.